It's yet another setback for senior Congress leader and former MP Rahul Gandhi. His plea for a stay on the 2-year jail term sentence has been dismissed. He'd been found guilty by a Surat court of criminal defamation over the Modi surname remark last month. What this essentially means is until the case reaches Gujarat High Court and a verdict is delivered, the former Wayanad MP will remain suspended from the Lok Sabha, and there's a very real possibility that bypos could also be called for now. However, Rahul Gandhi is going to now appeal in the Gujarat High Court tomorrow. While delivering the verdict, the court said there weren't enough grounds to believe that if the March 23 judgment of the trial court was not stayed, it would cause irreparable damage to Rahul Gandhi's reputation, and that prima facie, the verdict was well reasoned and delivered after proper evaluation of evidence. However, that hasn't stopped the Congress and other sympathetic parties from questioning the ruling. In fact, the Congress went ahead and said that the way the BJP is talking about today's verdict, it is clear that this is done to silence Rahul Gandhi, since he has rattled the BJP and the PM.
A most unfortunate and unsustainable legal decision of the magistrate has been upheld in an even more unsustainable and erroneous judgment of the Sessions Court given today. Let me assure you that the judgment will be challenged in accordance with law in the very near future. Superior courts with constitutional power of judicial review have the power and will set right these legal errors found in these two judgments.
न्यायालय का जो भी निर्णय है उस पर तो कोई टिप्पणी कर ही नहीं सकता। आपने देखा होगा कि मोदी जी को चुनाव आते ही सब गाली देना शुरू कर देते हैं विपक्ष के लोग, अपशब्द कहना शुरू कर देते हैं विपक्ष के लोग, और जितनी वो अपशब्द कहते हैं उतनी बुरी वो हारते हैं। मैं उनसे यही कहूँगा कि पिछले जो उदाहरण हैं उनसे वो एक तरीके का सीख ले और अपनी जमान को फिसलने से रोके।
So is this a miscarriage of justice, as the Congress says, or arrogance, as the BJP claims? Niti Jain, spokesperson of BJP, joins us along with lawyer Deshratan Nigam, Rohan Mitra, political analyst, and Pankaj Sharma, political analyst. Wouldn't it just be simpler, Mr. Sharma, for Mr. Gandhi to apologize? Now, it's the second court which has also said there is nothing wrong in the judgment. Mr. Sharma, can you hear me? Well, the curse of 7 p.m. has struck again. Rohan Mitra, can you take that question?
Good evening, Padmaja. Can you hear me?
Good evening. Yes, loud and clear, thankfully.
Yeah. Okay. So, once we are opening up ourselves on the debate on discussing our judgment, so one more judgment has just come out today. Before I go further into my argument, the Narodia Palodia one, where the Gujarat High Court has acquitted all the accused. So, coming back to my argument here, the first and foremost thing you have to understand that the Indian Constitution and the law will allow Mr. Gandhi to go to a higher court. So, to call him arrogant, call him, he needs to apologize. Why? When the Indian Constitution and the legal system is allowing him two more upper tiers, and as you heard Mr. Manu Singhvi, who's one of the best lawyers in the country, say that the judgment is erroneous, it's unsustainable. So there is a space in the political system as well as the legal system.
Sure it is. Sure there is. But then again, when you are coming out and saying that two judges are wrong in what they have said, now the entire judgment gives reasons as to why they do not think Mr. Gandhi can be given any kind of relief at this stage. The political fallout, though, is that he is being accused of arrogance. He earlier said, I'm not going to apologize, I am not Savarkar. Today again the court is saying he is guilty of defamation.
Padmaja, I take it what you're saying, but as you said, he's allowed to say what he has to say until the Supreme Court of India finds him guilty. So if he's going to stand by his stance, there's nothing wrong in that. And as you said, there's a judge who has given today's decision. He was Mr. Amit Shah's lawyer in 2006. I'm not putting any aspirations, but since we are debating,
I think you are, though. What else is the intention of saying he was Amit Shah's lawyer?
There is a conflict of interest. There is a conflict of interest. Tomorrow, Mr. Kapil Sibal or Mr. Manu Singhvi become judges in the Supreme Court and they give a judgment. I mean, this is a very hypothetical situation. if they give a judgment against somebody in the BJP or any other political opponent of the Congress party, won't you or the people have a
actually not? Actually not. I mean, Mr. Kapil Sibal is representing the Jamaat-e-Islami in opposing same-sex marriage, but his party says they are all for same-sex marriage. So are you going to say that there is a conflict of interest there? What you do in your legal capacity is very different about what your profession is, sir.
Absolutely. So the point is, if we are talking about it, if we are debating on it, we can say as many things as we want, because the judgment can still go to the High Court, can still go to the Supreme Court. So this is something which is out in the public domain, that this judge was the lawyer for Mr. Amit Shah.
Okay,
so
Niti Jain.
Put it out there?
Niti Jain, now first answer the question, why are you calling it arrogance when he has other legal recourse? He's going to go to the Gujarat High Court, maybe he gets overturned there.
But nobody is questioning his legal recourses. He has the right to go to the higher courts. What we are questioning is that two courts have already denied the plea that he was asking for. And the arrogance is simply that this man will go out in public, he will insult an entire community, an entire population that carries that surname, call them Chor, and then has the arrogance to not even go and apologize to them. That is the arrogance, sir. It is not about you going in for an appeal or any of those things. And there's a lot of echo. Somebody could just check that, please.
Yes, we'll just have that fixed. Go on, Mr. Sharma. You want to respond to that?
Rohan, I want you to respond to that. Ma'am, no one is going against the arrogance, but as you say, that the OBC debate does not hold for Mr. Gandhi here. Because if you go back a couple of weeks, Mr. Ladda has been sent a legal notice by the OBC Mahasabha of Gwalior that the Modi surname does not come under the Gujarat or the central government OBC status. And Mr. Gandhi did not call all Modis of the world a criminal. What he said was Mr. Narendra Modi, Mr. Lalit Modi, and Mr. Nirav Modi. And out of these three people,
no, and after that he says कि सारे चोरों के नाम का मोदी होता है.
We are not OBC people. So why are you comparing?
Sir, your problem is that you feel that Gandhi is not responsible for anything that he says. He is an irresponsible child who will come out and say anything that he wants, and then he will not take responsibility for that. He does not have the right to come out and say anything to any community and then go out and say कि नहीं मैं तो माफी नहीं मांगूंगा, मैंने बोल दिया जो बोलना था. But then this is the same Rahul Gandhi who in 2019 was made. Arey, that is not even the point. What are you even talking about, sir? This is
Mr. Narendra Modi is not the one who has filed the case. This is some other Modi who has filed a case, and this defamation
again, Mr. Mitra, you are arguing something which as of now has been settled by the court. The court is saying all of these arguments were made by Mr. Gandhi's lawyer in court, and the court has said they do not stand. Now, rather than saying, oh no, the court is an idiot and the judgment is bad in law, the simple point right now is, Mr. Pankaj Sharma, the Congress today said
someone else is an idiot.
The Congress today said that the judgment shows and the BJP's press statement shows that he is being silenced because the BJP is scared. Now, is there an insinuation that two courts are mouthpieces of the BJP trying to silence Rahul Gandhi?
One thing is pretty clear, that judgments are devoid of valid, legal, sustainable reasoning. Rahul Gandhi has not spoken anything, even remotely, defamatory for any community. And all this, everyone knows that is being done to silence his voice.
How? How does everyone know that?
Because Rahul is continuing to speak for the people. He is raising some valid questions.
So just to be clear, you are saying that two judges, two magistrates are trying to silence Rahul Gandhi by acting as legal arms of the BJP.
Because BJP is using every trick.
No, I'm just to be clear. You are basically saying that both of these judges are arms of the BJP.
It's not convenient to you.
BJP is using every trick to silence the voice of fair-minded people in this country for 1 decade.
So just to be clear, you are saying that the BJP has used these two judges.
I'm not saying this. I'm saying that this has been a decade of demolishing all the fundamental values, traditions, and the basic
But here
code
the
of
court is
conduct
saying it. So either you are saying the court is demolishing fundamental values.
But just because it's not a convenient order
You know,
for you.
BJP has introduced a new era of crossing every limit, using every deception, distortion,
How?
ruthlessly curbing the fair-minded
How?
voices.
Through the courts. Through the courts.
Through every trick. Through every trick.
Mr. Sharma, be specific. Why are you going around in circles? You are saying today's judgment has come from a politically compromised judge. Is that what you're saying?
See, Congress has already said that the verdict was unfortunate.
I've heard that. What are you saying? When you say that the BJP is using every institution to silence Mr. Gandhi, are you saying that the judge today is an arm of the BJP?
If the largest political party of the opposition has said this, Congress has gone to the extent to call Surat verdict suspicious. Suspicious. So if the biggest opposition political party is saying that, we should take it seriously.
Okay, Deshratan Nigam, it can't be a coincidence that such an unfavorable verdict for the Congress comes at a time when we are in the middle of an election campaign, hence suspicious.
How can it be suspicious when Rahul is going on campaigning in Karnataka? How is he silenced? Because campaigning is not prohibited. So he's going all guns out in Karnataka because they see there is a slight possibility of Congress doing slightly better as compared to other states. So therefore he's gone there. So if he had used self-silence in the first place, then I don't think the situation would have arisen. Anybody who has read the judgment, and especially the one in appeal, where they had gone for a specific relief for suspension of conviction, will clearly see 6 or 7 points where suspicion is not one of the grounds.
Interesting point. Answer that, Mr. Sharma. You're very grouses that Rahul Gandhi is being silenced. But far from it, in 5 days from now, he will go on a campaign blitz in Karnataka. How is he silenced?
Going to the campaigns is his right.
It is. But you just said this judgment shows that he's being silenced. But he is not being silenced. He's out there.
Silencing his voice means he was raising very, very fundamental questions on the floor of the Lok Sabha.
So raise it before people. Who stops you?
Now he is not in the Lok Sabha. How can he raise it? Including this dispensation has not given any answers to the valid questions.
Lok Sabha
on 20,000 crore. Whose money is 20,000 crore?
Lok Sabha is not in session now. Therefore, you can raise it on other platforms.
Rupees 20,000 crore. Whose money? He raised questions on Pulwama.
Niti Jain, but he will not be allowed to raise it in the Lok Sabha. That's the real silencing. You've thrown him out of the Lok Sabha.
Let me answer, Padmaja.
Okay, Mr. Nigam answer it first, then Niti Jain. Yes, Mr. Nigam.
See,
You know the point.
the disqualification law came because it was very clear that the intention behind the disqualification law was lawbreakers will not be lawmakers. This is what exactly they have gone into this application's decision of suspension of conviction. They also relied on the number of cases pending against Rahul, his habitual behavior that they also have dealt with. They said it's not a fair trial. Court said no, it is a fair trial. You were given all the opportunities. They went into the maintainability of the complaint. They said it is maintainable because Mr. Parnesh's Modi's reputation has been tarnished, and they went into the evidence. And please remember, the final hearing of the appeal will take place. Ultimately, this was only for suspension of conviction. Then they gave a finding that mental agony did take place to Padmaja Modi, and disqualification from Lok Sabha is not an irreversible or irreparable loss to Mr. Rahul, because he had lost from Amethi also. So I believe the law should have been more stringent. If somebody makes such kind of a remark, he should be barred from taking part in political activities like campaigning also.
So here's the thing that everyone is ignoring, Rohan Mitra. While the judgment is being called suspicious, everyone out of hand is dismissing what the judgment seals as mental agony to the complainant. The complainant is saying my reputation has been besmirched.
Padmaja, I am not in any way going to say that, the complainant, whoever's made the complaint, Mr. Padmaja Modi, has no right to make the complaint. As he has a right to make the complaint, the district court or the session court, they have a right to make their judgment based on the arguments placed on the court. There is avenue still left for Mr. Gandhi. So we can debate about it, and when we are debating about it, there are circumstances, as when Mr. Manu Singhvi speaks about it, that this is unsustainable, this is not a fair judgment, we can take a side and we can say that till the Constitution of India doesn't allow us this right.
You are absolutely right, but you are laboring the same point. Of course, he has the right to go to a higher court. But in the interim, he's saying this judgment is flawed, no hurt has been caused. Whereas there are people of the entire community, the Modi community, overseas, who are saying, and the judgment today is saying, yes, they have been hurt. What about apologizing for that?
The judgment also says there are 13 crore Modis in India. So if you're telling me that there are 13 crore Modis in India.
Modi is not a community.
So what's the point?
I am just talking about the judgment. They talk about 13 crore people.
Mr. Sharma, you have declared that Modi is not a community. The judge begs to differ. The judge begs to differ. Again, we are reinventing a wheel which has already been addressed in today's judgment. They are saying, yes, Modi is a community. Yes, they have been hurt. Mr. Gandhi has been properly given a hearing. He did not raise any objection to lack of jurisdiction earlier. So all of your arguments have been heard and they have been dismissed. Niti Jain, respond.
So, all the Congress supporters and Congress party, this is not the first case against Rahul Gandhi. He has 6 other defamation cases that are going on for him. This is the first conviction he's had. Till now, they had no problem with the judiciary, but once he has been convicted, the judiciary is also wrong. The judiciary is also politically motivated, and everything is wrong with this entire country. Suddenly, just because Rahul Gandhi has been convicted in one case, this is the law. Why bring in politics in this entire matter? Fight it legally, and if you can't do that, at least stop tarnishing an entire institution in this country. That remains the point. And this is the same Rahul Gandhi who in 2019 was by an order of the court made to apologize against another remark such as this that he had made before the previous election. So Rahul Gandhi is a serial offender, and that remains the point. The point is that Rahul Gandhi is not taken seriously. He is not responsible for anything. He has the right to go wherever he wants, but he will not take any responsibility for whatever he says. Anybody who is a Modi is feeling a little disgraced by whatever comment he has made. You cannot go out in public and say कि जितने मोदी हैं सब चोर हैं. भाई वो लोग कहाँ जाएंगे? You can get into technicalities for whatever, but you have insulted an entire community, and your arrogance is such that you are not going to apologize for that. But you will question an entire judiciary for what they have done to put you in place of sorts.
Okay. Two different facets to the story. One, of course, the legal one. Tomorrow, Mr. Gandhi is going to go in appeal. Will he get relief from there? If not, the political fallout will be something that will be very critical, especially in the next few months. We're going to keep a close eye. For the time being, though, the judgment lays out very clearly that Mr. Gandhi's objections are not sustainable. Thanks very much, all gentlemen. Niti Jain for joining. That's it then from me on this edition of The Nation Wants to Know. I will see you next at 10 on the News Hour agenda, where actually we will talk about Imran Pratapgarhi, a star campaigner for the Congress party in Karnataka. Who would have thought that the shadow of Atiq Ahmed would be felt in the Karnataka elections? We'll tell you how at 10.